YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour and get you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here in the drive-thru, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning here at 7 p.m. Eastern time and later. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. Let's take a peek at who's on the show for today. All right, with this, we're waiting for Tony Brown to sign in. We got his pick. We got Ninos, Millz Young with us, Alex Smart, and of course we got Jay Briggs. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Smart, Ninos, Brown, Young, Briggs, and I will close this one out. All right, here we go. We got Thursday Night Football from the NFL, 2 from college football. Good NBA card tonight. We got 4 of them. A lot of games on the ice, college basketball, so lots going on today. Let's get this one underway. Let's go to welcome in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Print, where he's been on absolute fire up the leaderboards. Bringing Alex in right now. Alex, what's happening?
Hello, Tony. How's everybody making out tonight?
It's going great. All right, here we go. Here at 8:15 Eastern time. I don't think they allow umbrellas anymore in these stadiums, so you better make sure you bring your ponchos and your hoodies. Hey, Panthers here to host the Falcons with the Falcons minus 2.5, total 41.5.
Yeah, and I don't know if everyone's going to be happy with what I'm going to say here tonight, but and everyone's picking on Carolina. When a team is down, I mean, everybody just, for some reason, there's a natural thing among gamblers, among even the pros, and that is, they're due. But there's no such thing as due, and that's the thing. Now, you got P.J. Wilson, and he's looked completely lost at times this year, and everything has to come from the sidelines. Everything. I mean, they don't even give him any opportunity to even make any of his own decisions. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. Now, I know that the word's out that PJ could get the hook at any time tonight, and we're looking at interception man coming in to take his place. But anyway, to be a little bit more serious here, Carolina is in complete disarray. I really don't think they can turn things around that quickly. Now, I know there is one number from this game. The underdog has cashed 5 straight times in this series. But you have to remember, each one of those dogs were not in this kind of condition. This is a really bad situation. Now, I could end up being completely wrong, but some of the numbers sort of agree with what I'm saying here. This Carolina franchise is 0-7 ATS, long history here on Thursday nights of not doing well in primetime games. Atlanta is 2-0 SU ATS, their last 2 visits here on this field. And the Falcons are 4-0 in their last 4 meetings overall versus Carolina. Another number here, the Falcons have done well against the NFC. The Panthers have not done great at home. 8-21 in 1 ATS their last 30 home games. Also, just from a strange trending perspective here, and this, you could consider this an anomaly or not, Carolina is 1-10 ATS when playing against a team with a losing record over the last 2 seasons. I think that means something there. I think they're being overrated again. Also, Carolina is 1-8 ATS versus good passing teams. Completion percentage of 61% or better in the second half of the season over the last couple of seasons. Also, this is another interesting anomaly possibly, or a trend you have to take into consideration. Carolina has failed to cover 10 straight times after a high-scoring game that's seen an over. And Wilkes is 0-7 in all games. This coordinates with what I just said here previous. Carolina is 0-10 off 1 or more straight overs. Wilkes is 0-7 ATS in all games with a total of 42.5 to 49 points. Now, I don't care what anybody thinks here. Now, as usual, I listen, but I don't always take people's analysis seriously. I've listened to really top-tier bettors all day long tell me, go against the Falcons. Something stinks here. Well, okay. So I'm going to go down the middle, and I'm going to say, let's go and let's make this a half-unit wager. Okay, I'm going to respect all the naysayers. We're going to make this a half-unit wager, but we're still going to take Atlanta. Okay, so the Atlanta Falcons to cover.
Atlanta Falcons cover here, minus 2.5 here against the Panthers. Yeah, one thing you got going for you here was Mariota with that running ability. Maybe extend some yards. We'll see what the field conditions are like here on this grass field. Of course, you do have the dome team outdoors. So one weird stat here I did find here, Atlanta, they have covered 6 to 7 on the road against a team with a losing home mark. So that's one thing you have in your manual. And of course, PJ Walker's he averaged just 1 yard per attempt last week. It was just brutal, and you could just see in his face that's how lost he was, looking at the sideline and then looking at the field. It was just tough for him because he just had really no confidence in that game last week.
I'm not saying anything. To get to this point in your career where you're on a professional NFL team, somebody sees something, sees that you're talented. You're obviously talented. You're obviously at the top of your game. But sometimes some of these quarterbacks just take time reading a very fast field, and that's what we have today. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of pace the Falcons play at and what their defense does. And they're going to be after him right off the bat. And it's going to be interesting to see if Mayfield comes on the field like almost immediately. It's going to be interesting, really. But I'm going to go with Atlanta to cover, and we're gonna lay the points here. And
here we go. Let's lay the points here for Atlanta. 2.5 against the Panthers. This one to have a start time of 8:15 Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look at Pick Dog for tonight's action. As we said, fantastic numbers here. 2,029.08 units of profit last 30 days. That's all documented over at Pick Dog Spin. Last 7 days, all showing 900 units of profit. All right, a little bit of a lot out there, right? We got a lot of picks here for games up here from the NBA. We got the NFL. We got a couple from college football. Big card from NHL. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, tonight I just focused my attention. It's early on the season, and I'm not like some guys like Al McMorty just blows out of the gate with his NBA. He does really well. You know, he's somebody to follow. Usually I'm a little bit more cautious and take my time with my NBA out of the gate. And so, you know, we just got one game. I know there's a decent board out there, but we're just going to focus on that one game, Atlanta and Philadelphia tonight. And I've got one college basketball side selection on board. And I also have what else do I have there?
NHL.
I can't even see that. NHL. There. Yeah, there's so much action right now. And, you know, if it moves, I hit it. So, you know, I'm all over the place. So, yeah, we've got some NHL. We've got lots of college football for the weekend, and we have lots of NFL. At least 3 NFL selections on Sunday, I should say, and at least 6 or 7 on Saturday. So we've got a lot of action coming up here this weekend.
Lots of action indeed. Get aboard with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs From. Look at the numbers here: 2,908 units of profit last 30 days. Document over at Pick Dogs From. Also showing great profit over the past 7 days is Alex Smart, showing great profit. Look at this 5-0 star in college basketball, showing good profit in NBA, NFL, college football. He's hitting the mark here on all of these major sports. So get on board with Alex. He does have that late NBA late team here, 76ers Hawks individual play up there right now for sale, as well as a power play pick here from the NHL. College basketball play, but instead of buying these plays individually, you may just consider, I know here it is November, just get the 1 month all sports pass. You don't even have to think about it. Get all of Alex's premium plays for 1 month, 30 days, includes all his NFL. Of course, we got the Thanksgiving games coming up, as well as college football. We'll take you to the end of the conference tournament, right? Championship games, right? We'll get the remainder of the regular season up until Army Navy. You'll have the remainder of college football right in time for the bowl games. And of course, you'll get all the NBA, all the hockey, college basketball. We got all these great tournaments, holiday tournaments coming up. We see these teams in NBA arenas. And of course, we got the Maui tournament out in Hawaii. They play these tournaments games in Vegas. We see them over in Madison Square Garden, Barclays Center, the Battle for Atlantis with those cool blue lights and black, on TV. So a good time to get on board there with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. And of course, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Alex, it's always great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk to you later. I know you want to get something out. What do you got to say?
You know what? you always got me, Tony. You know what exactly. I always want to throw something out there. I just want to put a shout out to some of these younger guys that we have on the site now, like Jay Briggs and Millz, and these guys. They're really doing some good work. And I from time to time I look in there and I see these young guys, these up and coming young guys, and they're doing great work. And I just want to tell everybody pay attention. I mean, these guys got a lot of good information for everybody. That's right. They said a lot of good information for everyone. Yes. Every one of them. That's right. All the young guys back here. Millz. We got the Javons. We got the Jays, and a lot of great information here. I agree with you 100%, Alex. This industry's in pretty good hands, I would think. Yeah, absolutely. And that's all I want to say. And have a great weekend and drive safe.
You too, Alex. Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, he's doing great work, guys. Check him out over at Pick Dogs. Get on board with that 1 month all sports pass. It's November. There's going to be a lot of action here, a lot of great times here with college football as we're nearing the end of the regular season with all these big matchups. All right, next up, we'll welcome in El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring El in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with El Ninos. El, what's happening?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing, Tony?
Yeah, you're one of the veteran young guys. you're one of those in-betweeners now.
Yeah, I remember when that was on my profile page, Young Gun or something like that.
Yeah, Young Gun. That got changed.
Yeah.
That got
changed.
I
felt like there were some younger guys, so got rid of that part. But yeah.
How does it feel being one of the older guys now, Al?
I don't know. It kind of felt different being the young guy, you know. Now I guess I'm just one of the old guys in the crew, I guess. I don't know. You tell me.
Looks that way. All right.
Put labels on myself or anyone. So.
Yeah, no, don't want to do that. All right, here we go. 7:40 Eastern time. We have the Heat here to host the Hornets. The Heat laying 10.5 here, total 221.5.
Yeah, very interesting line and a pretty interesting matchup here. The Heat, obviously the much better team on paper, but not always playing like it this season. And they do have a couple of advantages going for them tonight. They'll have the rest and home court advantage here. But again, this is a really, really big line. It's come down a little bit. I think I'm seeing 9.5 now. Let me double check that line, what it is sitting at real quick. Yeah, no, okay, I'm seeing 11, but it's juice. Never mind. No one where I saw that 9.5. That was a mistake on my app, I guess. But anyways, so yeah, we're getting more than double digits here with a team that's been pretty competitive here. They kept their last game to 10 points. They're on a losing streak, but again, we're getting more than 10 points here with a team against, I should say, a team that hasn't been I don't think worthy of laying 10 points against anyone at this point, no matter what the situation is. So all that being said, I'll grab my 10 points with the Hornets. And not a game I think they win outright, although, I'm sure you've seen it all too. I wouldn't be shocked if they do, but I do like getting double-digit points here with the Hornets, and feel pretty good with that. I'd much rather take the 10.5 than lay 10.5 right now with the Heat. So take the points here with the Hornets.
All right, take the points here with the Hornets. We'll just kind of brush across this injury report to see the latest results here. We know Ball, Hayward are out. The good news is you do have Rozier in the lineup, Washington's in the lineup, Plumlee's in the lineup, so you do have some offense. Hero is the question mark, so is Martin. So two in the rotation for Miami, game time decision. So we'll see how that plays out as we get closer and closer to the game time, as we are about maybe an hour away from tip-off time, about an hour and 10 minutes. So we should be getting some finalizations on these rosters pretty soon. We have only confirmed right now lineup we have is that of Washington, and we can confirm now that Beal, Gibson, Porzingis is out of this one. That was a big question mark coming into this afternoon. Will Porzingis play? He is now out, and Wright is out as well. So that's the only confirmed lineup right now we have as up to the minute. But again, Miami dealing with some question marks here. El Ninos going to this one.
Yeah, Hero the big question mark here for them. But still, even if he sits out, again, as I said, they still have the better team on paper. There's no doubt about it. But they just haven't looked the same this year. They're not playing the same. They're just not winning games. So, I mean, again, wouldn't be a shocker to see the Hornets win this one outright. No, even if they're on their 6-game losing streak here. Could be a time to snap it, but again, I definitely prefer taking the points here.
Yeah.
We're getting some pretty good value on the money line, but again, so it's not the best spot for them. Not the best spot on the road here, playing your second game in 2 nights. You said they still have Rozier. Dennis Smith Jr. has been playing well too. Yeah, this is a pretty decent team. I mean, they got some players that can definitely keep it close.
Yeah, this is a playoff team from last year who fired their coach. They went to more of a defensive, Steve Clifford, more defensive mind, but it has not worked out so far. We'll see what happens here. One thing with Miami, they have not been a good cover team this year. Matter of fact, they failed to cover, 5 of 6 in that period. They sit 17th in offensive efficiency, averaging 110 points per 100 possessions. So Miami having some struggles getting some points. That's good news for you when you want to take 10.5 here with the Hornets. Hornets plus 10.5 against the Heat. This one to have a start time of 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. What do you got? Anything to say? You want to add something?
Yeah, no, Miami just 2-9 against the spread this season. So yeah, I'm not in a rush to lay 10.5 points with them anytime soon. I said no matter what the situation is.
Yeah. And James Thrower in the comments. I haven't verified these numbers, but James Thrower in the comments says Hornets have been cashed when they're getting double digits this year. So that's something else, according to James Thrower, who's been one of the regulars here. You can find him over in the Pick Dogs channel, morning and the shows as well. And of course, even Lehman has concerns. Yeah. There's no doubt here with Charlotte. During their 6-game losing streak, they are last in offensive efficiency. 98 points per 100 possessions. For myself, I lean more under in this game, but I can understand taking the points here in this situation. Although I don't want to be giving anything out to. Nino did not mention the total, so I better be careful.
I don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's cool. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what the first came to mind here. You got the Heat. Charlotte team is struggling offensively, missing some components offensively. All right, we've got it. All right, what's happened over at Pick Dogs Premium? Showing great results here in the NFL. As we know, we do have the NFL tonight, Carolina and Atlanta. At least it's a divisional game. That's what I'll say about it. And remember this thing. We always think about this in summer. Bad football is better than no football. Just remember that. So tonight we got NFL up in action, as well as a big card from the NHL, 4 from the NBA, college basketball. You got lots out there, Ninos. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the NFL is thinking. Maybe they're taking a page out the college football playbook and trying to spread the action out a little bit through these primetime games to make sure we see a little bit of these weaker teams as well, rather than just drown them on Sundays. But
well, you got to keep the owners happy. You got to keep the owners happy. You got a lot of remember, the bad owners are just as important as the good owners. So that's the problem.
Yeah, they're all part of the league. That's true. Yeah. That's true. Definitely have my play in the Thursday night football game. I have that in a 3-pack as well. My best bet in the NBA and hockey combined there in that 3-pack, and got a 3-pack in the NHL. That's where I went pretty big today. I like that card today in the NHL, and but again, got my college football, college basketball sold separately. If you want them all, best way to go is to get a long-term or a 2-for-1 capper special.
All right, guys, got aboard with Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Off to a great start in the NFL, 461 units of profit. He has his popular alpha bets up there where he takes his best bet here from these major sports, NFL, NBA, and NHL, puts it together in a 3-pack, credit guarantee, meaning it must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back into your account. That is profit guarantee. Also, many of these plays are sold individually as well on the site. And of course, we mentioned here about the long-term pass for the 1 month. That is a fantastic value. But if you want to try Al out for 7 days, you can get a 7-day all sports pass from Al. Get all of his premium plays for 7 days. Of course, that means NFL right on Thursday, NFL on Sunday, NFL on Monday. College football as well for the remainder of the week up till Saturday. All his hockey, he's heavily in action in hockey, as well as NBA, college basketball from time to time. So get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, El Ninos, is always great having you on the show. Have yourself here a great evening, and we'll talk with you here again tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tony. You have a good one.
You have a good one as well. All right, El Ninos here on the drive-thru. I got let's see. Oh, I got Tony Brown. I got an email a text from Tony Brown. I just want to see if it was a connectivity. But let's continue. All right, I'll have a great night. El Ninos here on the drive-thru, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we will do a complete recap here at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned. But I just want to verify if Tony Brown is signed in, and I don't. Let's see. Do I see Tony Brown in this signal here? I got my 6 crew in here. 1, 2, 3. I don't see Tony Brown. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Tony Brown. No, Tony Brown is not signed in, I don't believe. Let's see. I think I used the 6 shot, so I got to see if I can see. If I don't have Tony Brown, and then we'll go right to Millz. Then we'll go to Millz, and then we'll see what's up with Tony Brown. Let's see here. Yep, there's my 6. Nope, I don't have Tony Brown. So we're going to go right to Millz. Millz, get camera ready. And you'll find Millz over at Pick Dogs Premium, where there's a great work up there. His MMA numbers have been fantastic. Bring him in right now. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today, Tony?
It's going awesome. All right, here we go. Tonight, 8:15 Eastern time, Thursday night football. Panthers hosting the Falcons. We know the Falcons favorite 2.5, total 41.5. But you're going to be looking at this one a different way.
Yeah, man. I couldn't hold it in, I got 2 player props to get you on top, so I'm going to let it all out, man. it's not going to be too many times you're going to be able to hear this. The Atlanta Falcons are battling for first place in their division. Yeah, I just wanted to flex on that for a minute. All right, so, but yeah, with this game right here, I'm going to be looking at Drake London over 3.5 receptions. The way that he started off the season was amazing. He had 7 targets in his first game, going for 8 receptions. Then the second game, he followed it up with another 12 receptions, going for another 5 targets. Midway through, the ball stopped flowing his way. They figured out, hey, we can win. We can win by running the football. So, the targets didn't keep flowing in. He wasn't hitting his reception prop past week 4. But being at 3.5, it's way too low not to go. With the defenders that he got going against him, C.J. Henderson, know a lot about that guy. Jaguars drafted him with the number 1 pick and gave him up to them for a 7th-round pick. Head case. Never been able to put it together since he's been over there. But on the other side, they do got J.C. Horn. I want to say he's pretty legit. He's going to be locking up Kyle Pitts. So I'm on definitely Drake London over 3.5 receptions. That's my first player prop to get you on top.
All right, that's the first player prop. What's the second one to get us even higher?
Oh, man, so here it is, man. Everybody likes that plus money, right?
Absolutely.
Cordell Patterson, anytime touchdown, I woke up this morning, played it last night, seen Mitch talking about it on his best 7 best props in 7 minutes. He had it on there from the sports chat, betting tools. Once I seen that, I was like, all right, we're all in line. So I got it at a plus 105. But DraftKings has a little sports boost on it to where you can get it at a plus 200. When it comes down to it, he played last week, barely coming back off an injury for 4 weeks. In that game, he had 13 carries for 44 yards. Rookie running back Tyler Allinger, he will be getting some carries. But when you get in that goal line, you need a dog to run it in. And if you guys seen the game last week, he laid the guy out so bad. The coach was trying to give him a pep talk on the sideline. So, yeah, man, when you get in that goal line, he's definitely that goal line presence to rush it in. But this is the other thing, too. Y'all forget, last year, he was actually second in the team with receptions. He was getting 3 to 5 receptions per game. He's not doing that this year, but he can catch it out the backfield and score, or else he can just run you over and score. So give me Cordell Patterson anytime touchdown at a plus 105, and then Drake London over 3.5 receptions, and you can get that too as some plus money as well.
Plus there. Love it here from Millz. Drake London over 3.5 receptions, plus 115. Cordell Patterson, anytime touchdown, plus 105. He's played in 5 games. Millz has Patterson scored 5 touchdowns.
I mean, you're going to get one, either way it goes, with this back when it comes to it. So Atlanta threw the off field. So what happened was, he was a free agent. His mom wanted him to stay there so much because it's so close to home. So he left everything in his locker, as a good sign to us. So, Atlanta was able to sign him for a little 2-year contract. He's been around all these teams, and none of them actually ran him as a successful, productive running back. And in Atlanta, we are, and we're not letting it go. So, yeah, man, Cordell Patterson, anytime touchdown, that's the player prop to get you on top.
Yeah, he's got fresh legs into the league in 2013. His most carries he had was 64 in 2020. Then in 2021, he had 153 carries. So those are still young legs at 31 years old.
And the main thing was this: he was more of a special teams guy. That's how he always got to the Pro Bowl, by catching it out. Special teams and playing stuff like that. Getting successful yards off punt returns and kickoff returns. And he's not taking too much damage at all. He got drafted as a receiver by the Minnesota Vikings as a speedster. I remember it vividly. Never panned out. They never really gave him the ball. He was a Deebo Samuel, but back then they didn't have a Deebo Samuel, so they didn't know what to do. So he's not taking damage as a receiver, not taking damage as a running back, because he's technically not really a running back, So, yeah, man, he got those young legs right there. Nice physical specimen. So, yeah, I love it. And same thing can be said about Drake London out of USC. He's a big boy out there on receiver. So, he's going to be snatching those balls over those guys.
There you go. No doubt about that. Millz here. Drake London over 3.5 receptions, plus 115. Cordell Patterson, anytime touchdown, plus 105. This one will start here 8:15 Eastern time, Amazon Prime. All right, Millz, let's look over at Pick Dodge Premium. We see this week after week. Fantastic numbers in MMA this year. 2,217 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. If you go over to Millz' handicapper page over at Pick Dodge, go down to pick history. You can see every play up there. Also showing great profit in college football this season. Finished up a profitable baseball season. All right, Millz, lots on the board here tonight from NFL, college football, NBA, as well as college basketball. Heading into a big weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Man, don't wait before it's too late. Got 2 plays to get you paid up there. One in the NFL and one in the NBA. Coming off a cold week right now, I could definitely feel it getting hot out here. UFC's right around the corner. I mean, one of the biggest cards, pay-per-view. Israel Adesanya's going to be fighting on there. Already got 1 bet up in there. Got about 3 or 4 plays I'm going to be locked up and loaded. So, you can get those 2 plays today singly, or else your best value, I'm trying to tell you, man, you get that 3-day pass. You get all the plays for today. You get all my UFC bets. That's going to be at least like 4 bets on there by itself. You get college. You get NBA. I mean, what more can I say, man? This is the best time to be a part of Pick Dog. So come on, team me up with one of your favorite cappers. Use the promos out there. We're just trying to make money for you. I got a now and later pack up there for you. So 2 plays for you now, 1 for you later. So go ahead and get that too while you guys are up there, man.
That's right, guys. Got on board here with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs. From you see numbers 2,217 units of profit. MMA, that is in 2022. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs. Also showing great profit in college football this year. So get on board with Millz tonight. He's got a Millz 3-pack now in later pass. It's a 3-pack up there. Credit profit guaranteed. Current guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. That is credit guaranteed. UFC winners only up there as well. Single play here from UFC 281. We also have that at a $15 premium pick. NFL all money in to win. And NBA up there as well. 3 packs. But, instead of buying these plays all individually, as Millz was alluding to, get that 3-day all sports pass, right? Get all of Millz' plays for 3 days. All his NFL we got here for Thursday night. We got the college football Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got NBA coming in. College basketball is up on the board. We got all these sports overlapping. Of course, don't forget the big UFC card here on Saturday. That's also part of that 3-day all sports pass. Get on board with Millz. You see the numbers. Been fantastic in MMA this year. 2,217 units of profit, all documented. Of course, you could use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, right? Millz, is always great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk next week. But I know you and Brad put together a UFC show.
Yes, sir. One of the best ones out there, giving you guys a free best picks. It's going to be going on Saturday morning. Brad was a little sick last week, so it is what it is. The card wasn't that great, but we will be going live right after the Saturday morning show right here with the guys. 2 hidden gems for you guys out there, man. I like the Carolina Panthers with the points. And yeah, I like the Carolina Panthers with the points, man. That's what I'm going to say, man. Atlanta Falcons, yeah.
And show them that bag again. Show them your team again so they know what your team is. This is coming from a Falcon fan, okay? There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So, I rep for him, but I'm going to just be honest, man. We overachieved. We're really not that good. And it just is what it is right now, man. We're playing in a bad division right now. But I don't want to be the salt in the womb or anything like that. But, man, I like the Carolina Panthers with the points a little bit today, man.
You got it there from Millz. Right, Millz, keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on, man. You guys have a good night tonight, man. Hopefully we get some big cash in the chat.
That's right, cash in the chat, no doubt, guys. Let's continue on here on the drive. So if you missed any of our picks, we'll recap here at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here. Now it is time to bring in Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Spring. We've got him signed in now, so let's bring him in from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll bring in Tony Brown. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on?
It's going great. All right, here we go tonight, 10:30 Eastern Time. Kings here, LA Kings home to the Blackhawks. We just saw this matchup, was it last week? And now the Kings are home in this one. So the Kings laying minus 265 here, total 6.5.
Yeah, that's absolutely nuts. You nailed it on the head. We just seen this matchup last week, and the Kings lost. So I don't think that home court advantage or home ice, in this case, advantage, plus the revenge factor, I don't think it's worth that much. I mean, I think the Kings may even have a shot, but 265, that's out of control. Both of these teams have 7 losses. The Kings have 8 wins. but that's just because they played a few more games. So at that price, there's no way I'm taking the Kings. I'm going with the underdogs in this one on the money line.
Yeah, underdog here with Blackhawks there on the money line here against the Kings. It's kind of a ridiculous line here for this game. The Blackhawks are actually a plus 225. That's a low number there that I have up there. They're actually plus 225. Yeah, again, I looked at this. It didn't make sense to me because I watched that game. The Kings had trouble scoring on Chicago. I know they were on the road, and again, yeah, they beat Minnesota last week, but you win 1-0. Your offense really didn't do anything in winning that game.
They did it, and then it was one of those games that they were lucky. Like they had goaltending from back in the day. The Kings have been giving up tons of goals, and so just minus 300, even with some of the better teams in the league, that's an irresponsible line. With the Kings coming off a loss to the Blackhawks just a few days ago, plus 225, no way.
Yeah, plus 225 is just a little crazy there. I don't understand that number at all. Especially when they just played them back on November 3rd. And they scored 1 goal. Here are the Kings the last 3 games. They scored 2 against Dallas, 1 against the Blackhawks, 1 against the Minnesota team. Wild.
That's how you end up with 7 losses, 4 goals over 3 games. That's a 1 and some change average. Like you can't win if you can't score.
That's right. So Tony Brown here is on the Blackhawks plus 225. This one to have a start time here of 10:30 Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's go over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. We see the great results here in the NHL. 1,470 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, check it out right now with Tony Brown. A lot of card action here on the ice tonight. We have a few from the NBA, college football, and basketball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I like to pick my spots on the ice. On Tuesday, we had 5 games. It was a great card, and we swept the board. We went 5-0. Tonight, I only really liked 1 game. I liked the Kings a little bit, that Kings-Blackhawk game. That's why I gave it at the free pick. But my premium pick, I absolutely love tonight. And I have a premium pick in the NBA and the NFL. We let the college kids rest, and we're going with all premium picks in the big 3 tonight.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here, 1,470 units of profit for this year in the NHL. Doesn't surprise anyone because Tony Brown wins a lot in the NHL. We seem to see it every time this time of the year. Also a great start to college basketball, 3-1 start showing profit in the NFL. Coming off a winning baseball season. That's tough to do, man. It's a long season. He finished the season in the plus in baseball. So that's a very good contribution. Remember last year in NHL, Tony Brown finished him and Ninos at that battle. He finished with 2,154 units of profit in the NHL, so that was a fantastic result. This year, already out of the gates, 1,470 units of profit, documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Tony Brown, a big night tonight here on the board here. You've got those plays up there on the board over at Pick Dogs Premium. And, of course, we always talk about those long-term passes. Of course, this is November. This is where we have all these sports overlapping, NHL, NBA, of course, college basketball with these holiday tournaments coming up. And, of course, the football, college football, we've got to take you all the way to the end of the conference tournament. So the longer-term pass, that 1-year all-sports pass, is the best value up there.
Yeah, that's the best way to go. Like you see, we're at 1,400 units in the NHL. The pass would pay for itself right now, and the rest of the year would be free. And I didn't make a mistake. It's a year. It's a VIP 365 days of play. I know everybody been getting on me when I say, oh, it's an entire year. This year is almost up. But it's 365. You get all my plays until next November. And that's from hockey, college, basketball, everything I release, every single sport, no upselling. You get the playoffs, you get the championship picks included, all for one low price.
All one low price, and use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off with that 1-year all sports pass. That's a significant savings there when you do that. That's about $195 off that 1-year all sports pass. So get on board with Tony Brown and get signed up. All right, Tony, it's always great having your show. Keep up that great work. We'll talk with you again next week.
I always appreciate being here. I thank you guys for having me, and then I'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you miss any picks, we'll recap here at the end of the show. We're getting a lot of people signed in right now, so make sure you stand by there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Next up, Jay Briggs. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Prim. Also, check him out in that NFL show he shot yesterday with the Mitch and Big Al McMorty. So let's bring Jay Briggs in. Of course, he just does his video series every single day with that NBA Jam session with Jay. You want to catch that over here on the Pick Dogs channel. So let's bring in Jay Briggs in right now. I think we're ready to roll with Jay. Here we go. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on tonight, Tony?
It's going great. All right, here we go. 7 Eastern time. We got the Wizards at home here against the Mavericks. Mavericks move ticked up here to -5.5, total 209.
Yeah, this one's been on the move. Last night it was at 3, but it's steady ticked on up, and up. We got some news. We knew Bradley Beal last night was out, and tonight we also got Kristaps Porzingis listed as out in this one as well. I know the Mavs are my team. Y'all see I got the apparel on. They are my team, and I am on them tonight. I'm going to lay the 5.5. It's not just a homer pick in this one, though. If y'all been following, I've been fading the Mavs, too, because they just haven't been a cover team this season. They just have been letting teams walk through the back door. The back door has been wide open in a lot of Mavericks games, and we seen it last night, a majority of the game, and they let the Magic just walk through the back door. Magic came back and got them and won the game outright. Here tonight, I know they're on a back-to-back, but here tonight, I just think the Mavs are the right side to be on. I think they stomped down on this Wizards team. It's a nice revenge spot, too, for this Mavs team. Last time they played the Wizards stomped them. I think the Mavs come out here on fire tonight, locked in, avenge that loss from last night. And I like them to stomp down on the Wizards tonight, get us a cover. They haven't covered in like 6 or 7 games. They're due for one. They're a better team than what they've been showing here recently. And like I said, the Wizards without their 2 top guys really in Porzingis and Bradley Beal, I just think the Mavs are the right side to be on here tonight. I'm going to lay the points.
All right, we got to lay the points here with the 5.5 here against the Wizards. Of course, as we know, the Porzingis early in the afternoon was questionable. Now he's out of this one, so that's the score out of the Wizards lineup here, and we can confirm the lineups now here for both teams. Beal, Gibson, Porzingis, Wright out for Washington. Bertans and Wood out here for the Mavericks. Your thoughts there with Wood out?
Yeah, Wood, he was out yesterday, and it kind of hurts this Maverick team. McGee hasn't quite panned out to be what we thought he was going to be. So the Mavs are lacking pretty much at that big spot. So it will hurt that he's not in there tonight. But the Wizards don't really have a dominant big that I think can take advantage of this weaker Mavs interior like the Magic could last night. The Magic really just ate this Mavericks up on the boards. I think the board count was something crazy. The Magic won it by like 21. I think. I got to go back and look, but it was something crazy. I don't think the Wizards can do that here tonight. I think the Mavs will be just fine on the boards, and I think we see that reflect on the scoreboard.
Yeah, also reflecting on a scoreboard is this pace of play. I don't know if you can keep an eye on some of these advanced numbers, these advanced metrics. The Mavericks, the slowest pace in the league, and that's what concerns too, especially when you're laying points, is that your possession numbers are down because you play so slow.
Yeah, they do play slow, but typically they're pretty efficient. I like the slow pace that the Mavericks play with. They're pretty. Luka does a pretty good job of getting the right shot, and they typically do pretty well. That hasn't been their problem this year, the pace. The problem has been the fourth quarter meltdowns. Trust me, I watch all these Mavs games, and if you go look, the Mavs I'm willing to bet the Mavs have been up 10 in 5 of their last 7 games and found a way to not cover or lose in the fourth quarter, and that's been the story of the season so far.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And, of course, Brunson no longer with the team. We've seen Porzingis has moved out. So your thoughts here of some of the moves the Mavericks made over the past several years with the talent surrounding Luka. That's important, right, with your star player being happy.
Yes, correct. I think that the loss of Porzingis was addition by subtraction, so I don't think he really was a big piece. But I think that the loss this offseason of Jalen Brunson really hurt. I was a Maverick fan that really liked Jalen Brunson. He was a secondary ball handler, something that we currently don't have on this team, and that's what we see. It's Dinwiddie or Luka, and Dinwiddie he's a secondary ball handler, but he's not like a Jalen Brunson. We need another point guard when Luka's off the floor to initiate the offense. When Luka's not there, we don't really have that. It's just Dinwiddie and guys just trying to create their shots. And it doesn't always bode well. We're a Luka-led team. It's not the worst place to be. I still think we get into the playoffs, 6, 7 seed. I like our chances against anybody in a 7-game series because I think we have the best player on the floor in a series. But any given night and during the regular season, hey, they can be had, especially if Luka has an off night.
Yeah, and you're giving major minutes to Reggie Bullock. We saw him with the Lakers a few years ago and wasn't too impressed. And he still hung around the league. He's getting minutes, almost 30 minutes a game here the past 4 seasons.
Bullock, I'm actually somebody that's higher on Bullock. He's a 3-and-D guy. His production is pretty much, can he hit his jump shots? When he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's off. But you can say the same for a lot of 3-and-D guys in the NBA.
All right, we got Jay here on the Mavericks, laying 5.5 against the Wizards. This one to have a start time of 7 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dog's Pin for tonight's action. 445 units of profit in the NBA this season over at Pick Dog's Pin. That is fully documented on the site. Also showing profit this year in the NFL. All right, Jay, we got 4 on the board from the NBA. We got a lot of them on the ice, college hoops as well. A single from the NFL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dog's Premium?
Yes, sir, Tony. For me, I only got 3 plays up there tonight. Well, I got 4 if you're a long-term subscriber, but I only got 3 plays up there tonight for sale. 2 in the NBA, 1 in the NFL. I really like the 2 I have in the NBA tonight. I think they're both gonna cash, and I really like my NFL play tonight as well. I think I found a good one, and but I got all 3 of those sold separately, or you can get them in a 3-pack. My Thursday night pack, my Thursday night moneymaker. You can hop on the 3-pack, get them all, or you can buy them individually. But the best thing to do here on a Thursday, 3-day pass, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right around the corner. Hey, I go volume in the NBA pretty much every day. NFL, my favorite sport to cap. I'm gonna have a decent card on Sunday. So 3-day pass, the best way to go. College football on Saturday, so is the NBA. So a lot of action this weekend. 3-day pass, best value. Get every play that I release over that span. Let's continue making money at Pick Dogs. 2-for-1 capper special, also another way to go. 3-day 2-for-1 capper special. Pair me up with one of your favorite guys. Get me and their favorite play. Hey, that's the best way to go if you ask me. Let's keep making money here at Pick Dogs, man.
That's right, guys. Got a board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. Premium see the numbers. 445 units of profit for this season, all documented over at Pick Dogs. Of course, tonight an NBA Jam session on the board from Jay. It's credit guarantee at $15, so get on board there. Must turn a profit, or the amount is credited back into your account. That is credit guaranteed with his Jam session. $25 best bet from the NFL for tonight's game. Thursday night Monday maker as well. So instead of all these, buying these plays individually, probably a good idea just to get that 1-month pass here. We are in November with all these sports overlapping. It is your best value right now. We're at Pick Dogs. That 1-month all sports pass, all of Jay's premium plays for 1 month, 30 days. You got the NBA, college basketball. We got all these holiday tournaments coming up very shortly here. The Maui. We got these tournaments in these NBA courts. We got the Atlantis, Battle for Atlantis. Lots of them. Vegas tournaments. A lot happening over this month in college basketball, NHL, NFL. Get on board. 1 month all sports pass, your best value over at Pick Dogs. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. We got these college football games coming down the stretch. TCU, will they hang on? Can they run the table? That's it. That's all we got. 4 more to roll. You got to win that conference tournament championship game and get this through this regular season. So a lot still to be determined here in college football. Who's in, who's out for the college football playoffs. Rivalry games coming up, and a big one tonight this weekend between TCU and Texas with the Longhorns. Well, now where do you go? You go Longhorn, you go TCU on the fan side?
Depends on the day.
It depends on the day and depends on how much meaning it has, right? So it means more. It means more to TCU winning than then you would be a TCU fan.
Correct. I like them both. I really do.
Hey, what'd you make out of the SMU Houston game last week? I found it on NFL Network of all games. Of all places to put that one, I couldn't.
Man. If you had the over in that one, I know you were a happy guy.
Halftime, 45-38. That was some insane game there. Boy, that was a wild one there on NFL Network. For some reason, you see some of those games up there on that channel. All right, Jay, keep up the great work. We'll catch you here on the NBA Jam session. Catch him on the video series. Great stuff.
See y'all on the Jam session. Check that out for tomorrow. And see y'all guys tomorrow, man. Let's keep cashing here at Pick Dogs.
Keep catching with Pick Dogs. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. Guys, you missed the picks. We'll recap here at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And make sure you also check out the halftime show. Mitch looks like he's going to ride slow tonight with the halftime show. Check that out tonight. Right now it's time for my pick. Let's get to it right now here on the drive-thru. We're going to look here. Going to college basketball, we went against St. Mary's on the opening night, and barely got we got a little help from there. We got a little help from the whistles there to get that one over. But we hope to do a little better, a little differently this time. Line is going to be shown here differently. We got St. Mary's is not 3.5 point favorite. They're actually more than that, but we'll get the pick up here for you right now. The pick is going to be here on Vermont plus 8.5 here against St. Mary's. In this one, we know Vermont's a pretty good program, right? But they do return only one starter from last season. Their top 2 scorers have exited the program. They look to fill from the reserves from last season, including transfers. Now, St. Mary's returned 3 starters from last year. They lose 31 points per game from the rotation from a season ago. Of course, the Gales can fill those holes with reserves. The talented backcourt. Vermont did open the season, beating Brown 80-65. St. Mary's got past Oral Roberts at home in their opener 78-30. The Gales shooting was the issue here, right? They lost some players from last year, 40% from the field, 30% from 3. Catamounts in their win against Brown converted 43% from the 3-point line. They shot well around the bucket. Again, they have some pretty good reserves over there in Vermont with the Catamounts. And let's go ahead. And they also got some transfers in that program as well. So we're going to go ahead and take the 8.5 here with Vermont, a really good program at plus the 8.5 right now. All right, guys, check out the Pick Dogs Premium. Right now I have 2 best bets here. I have one from the NFL, which is my $15 premium. Got one also from the NBA, single place for you right now over at Pick Dogs. Use a promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off on all purchases of $25 or more dollars. Of course, I do have my long-term passes, my 3, 7, and 30-day sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to my handicapper page, you make that purchase, and don't forget to use that promo code at checkout. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion, so you can match me up with Jay. You can match me up with El Ninos. You can match me up here with Tony Brown, Mills, Alex Smart, our 2-for-1 capper promotion. Your best value over at Pick Dogs. All right, let's continue on here with the show. It is now time to recap tonight's plays. Let's get the recap screen up for you right now and show the picks. All right, we had Alex Smart on the Falcons laying 2.5 against the Panthers. Al Ninos was on the Hornets plus 10.5 against the Heat. Tony Brown says the Blackhawks plus 235 against the Kings. Millz was on Drake London over 3.5 receptions at plus 115, and Cordell Patterson anytime touchdown plus 105. We had Jay here on the Mavericks laying 5.5 against the Wizards. I'll be on Vermont here plus 8.5 against St. Mary's. The one I like the most out of this one, let's see, I like a couple of them up here. I will look here at, I'll look at Mills's play here. Drake London over 3.5 receptions at plus 115, and also with Cordell Patterson, anytime TD plus 105. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. each time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll give out live free picks for the games in prime time, and don't forget to get started every single day. 10 a.m. each time. It's the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod, you got Chris there on the mornings with you. Also, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. You got his Betting Tools show, Jay's Jam Session, entire NBA card up there. Romanelli's college basketball card rundowns up there. We got the Puck Dogs with Chris and Rod Zawacki giving out the hockey picks. Of course, the NFL football show was yesterday with Big Al. We got Mitch and Jay today. It's a college football show with Mitch, Romanelli, as well as Chris. So lots happen over at Pick Dogs. Make sure you subscribe and set notifications so when all these videos drop, you get them. You get them, and then you're able to get the best numbers from these picks. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight's show. We're going to bring them in here. We're going to have a wake goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.